Chancellor Patton, Dean Wooden, distinguished members of the Platform Party, family and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, the class of 2023 from Victoria College. I am pleased to join in this celebration. Congratulations. This is your day, so I'm going to be brief. You don't want advice. I know this. I have 3 sons that graduated from Vic. But I'm a statistician, trained to work with evidence. So I'll just relate the evidence of what worked for me. There's only one bit of advice, but I'm going to save that for the end, so you'll know when it's coming. I'm both honored and humbled to receive this degree and share this convocation with you. This is my valediction. Now, you've heard some good things that happened when I was here. The credit goes to the university's excellent professors, students, colleagues, classmates. I was fortunate to have the very best of these and would not have done much without them. After I left, I discovered that this university was way better than I thought. Because of its high admission standards, I benefited from excellent students, classmates. I learned a lot from them. I even married one. The satisfaction of seeing the success of students here is immense. They made it all worthwhile. The reputation of the faculty must have been great because when I finished studies, before I'd accomplished much, I was invited to join a sequence of great institutions: Imperial College London, Princeton University, Bell Labs, University of Chicago. And there I was mentored by some of the very best statisticians. I learned a lot by changing jobs. Living and working elsewhere gave me a new perspective. After I left, I came to appreciate the great advantages of this institution and this country. When I returned to this university, a lot of good things were possible. And the credit for those goes to the administrators, the deans, the presidents, and the provosts. They made the impossible possible. I found that the administration was always guided by sensible policies, but not overly constrained. When there was hiring freezes, the administration still allowed the department to make great appointments. And when there was a university policy against having a department having a computer, I just applied for one. The president summoned me and asked me to apply for a more powerful one. Toronto became a leader in statistical computation. The impossible is just a little bit harder. Working here was enormous fun. When I started, statistics was having a revolution. Advances in computing opened up new vistas of application. The field was rich with opportunity. The low-hanging fruit, there was a lot of it. It was exciting to collaborate widely with inspired researchers at U of T. The range of fields that I had was extraordinary. I learned about diseases, the evolving methodology of genetics, clay tablet inscriptions from the Middle East, the vocabulary of the Russian poet Brodsky, Canadian fires, all by applying common principles of statistics. In medicine, there was the development and acceptance of clinical trials. Few new medical interventions, think of vaccines or the Zamboni treatment for MS. Approval is now informed by statistical clinical trials. I had an inside track. Statistical training allowed me to help in the design of clinical trials for severe head injuries, dementia, tiny 1-kilogram babies. I found it satisfying to assist in the advances of medicine. At the University of Toronto, I had a chance to collaborate with the very best. At the change of the millennium, I changed jobs again, did it frequently. Statistics was being used increasingly to resolve legal issues. I was asked, among many things, to establish procedures for monitoring physicians, optometrists, to assess the costs of the production of chicken and eggs. And then there was the case where I was asked to support a clerk who was fired for wearing facial jewelry. Fired for facial jewelry? Unbelievable. So we were up against one of Canada's most prominent polling firms. She won. I give thanks that there's more justice than I thought. The application of sound statistical principles ended the tiresome squabbling about data. And for 50 years, I had a night job, a side hustle, calling candidates and governments elected for CTV on election night. That generates a lot more adrenaline than ping pong. 50 years is a long contract, longer than my tenure stream appointment, but I didn't do it alone. I worked with an excellent team, most coming from the U of T, and a guru, a master of natural intelligence, David Quantz. He's now 92. Collaboration works. That's a fact, not advice. After I first left, I came to appreciate Canada. It's not perfect, but way better than many places. Most of us today have enjoyed years of peace, relatively stable government, access to good hospitals, halls of education, all of these public goods. For all of these, I give thanks to the previous generations that invested so heavily in the future. They invested in public institutions. Now, the debate of private versus public goods continues, as it should. I strive to understand both sides, but I hold to the old adage that high taxes are the price of civil society, and I want more civility. Sadly now, the debate seems so angry. I hope for you, as in medicine and law, these debates are increasingly informed by statistical evidence of carefully collected data and prioritized according to their impact. But the decline of political discourse is troubling. The fraction of the electorate that bothers to vote is dropping. The good news is, there's always good news, the good news is the political leaders bend, and they bend their parties to the collective will. Voting is important. Life is earnest, life is real, and at times it seems very messy. I just found it more satisfying to focus on the opportunities, including the impossible ones. I hope you all can live and work as I did, with people who are smart and serve organizations that are guided by good policies, and that when appropriate, you too can attempt the impossible. Now, I warned you at the start that there'll be one item of advice at the end, and here it comes. Warning. This venerable state ceremony began in Latin, so I'm going to end in Latin. Carpe diem. Or as they say now, go for it. And vote. Thank you.